So the other day I went to the dentist, and as a kid I always had cavities, so I always fear going to the dentist. But I went to the dentist because one of my teeth has been hurting me. And he told me that I have this, he did an x-ray and he told me I have this anomaly happening down in near the root of my tooth, but there's no cavity, and that I should just keep an eye on it. And it made me think back to a time when I had a swollen part on my jaw after I had some oral surgery, and it was swollen for, I'm going to say, 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
And I went down to Florida and visited my cousin who has a natural health institute. And he said, with regard to a different issue, he said, just don't eat any sugar. Stop eating sugar. So I stopped eating sugar. And this was like 5 years ago. I stopped eating sugar. And literally a month after I stopped eating sugar, and I was on a strict vegetarian diet at the time, that swollen part on my jaw disappeared.
Wow.
And the one thing that I found out is sugar has a massive effect on your immune system. So
right. Well, of course, because the bad cells feed on sugar. That's why people who wind up with cancer, they are supposed to do a sugar-free diet, because specifically cancer cells they feed off of sugar.
True, very true. Sugar's just it's just not good no matter what, no matter how you cut, slice, or dice it. Well, certain types of sugar are just no good.
Yeah. And I love sugar. I love cookies and cakes. And I mean, I used to be able to tell my wife, this bakery is good for this bakery is good for that, this bakery, you want to go there for this one. Like, I literally knew every bakery, in the state, and could tell you what they were good for or not good for.
So how is it doing today?
How is what doing today?
How's the tooth doing? You said you had...
I had stopped doing no sugar. I'm going to say maybe 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. And maybe even longer, but whatever the case may be. So I stopped doing the no sugar. So now I just started up again. So we'll see in a month how if it has any effect.
You'll feel better. You'll feel better too. I don't see how you wouldn't. I would think you would aim right. I would think you'd have to feel better if he's doing no sugar anyways.
And it's totally way better for your skin too.
It's way better for everything.
It is. It's just exhausting also.
Except for the palate. I mean,
it tastes good.
Chocolate chip cookies that have no sugar is kind of dark. Yeah. Have you ever done no sugar? Either of you?
I have done I would say more like minimal amounts of complex carbs, but not like straight sugar. I've done that.
I unintentionally stopped doing sugar because a lot of the things, like you mentioned, like cookies and cakes, I can't eat that anymore. Because I just feel terrible, particularly cake. I feel awful if I eat cake. Yeah,
it makes you tired and everything. Sure.
And I think I program myself that it just feels like it's a lump in your stomach, and so I don't even crave it. If I'm at a wedding or something or a birthday party, I won't even have a piece, and because I know I'm going to feel terrible in about a minute or two.
Wow.
Well, I mean, also the body, like if you do not have carbs, you will not crave carbs. The second you put carbs in your mouth, you're going to crave them for the rest of that day.
Ain't that the truth?
Yep, it is. It's actually like a scientific response.
I'll answer it to this way. When I was in high school, what do I weigh now? I think I weigh 190. I think in high school I weighed 250 because I played football. And I weighed 250. I was a lineman. I played football.
Wow.
And I'm trying to remember what my coach's name began with a B. I think it was Bataglia, but I don't remember. But for some reason, I was 17 years old. That was 40 years ago. And this still to this day, I hear his voice because I remember I walked into, he walked into the locker room and he said, Basinski, he goes, what are you doing? I said, Coach, I'm eating this donut. I said, just having a sugar donut. Just, I don't know where I got it from. So he goes, "You liking it, huh?" I said, "I'm loving it." And he goes, "Let me ask you a question." Never called me by my first name, always Bazinski. He goes, "Let me ask you a question, Bazinski." He goes, "How long is it going to take you to work that donut off?" I looked at it, I said, "I don't know. It's pretty delicious, coach. Maybe half a practice." And I went to high school in Illinois, and we in Chicago, and we had an Olympic-sized pool. And I'll never forget this to this day. He told me to burn off that donut, I would have to swim 10 laps in the Olympic-sized pool. And I never forgot that.
Wow.
And I think particularly now.
There goes Ken. Now. Ken just went on a little journey, folks. He'll be back very soon. Or at least we hope so.
17. That's what I eat. And I know sometimes.
Wow. That was impressive. I don't know. Can I get some of those, Ken?
I don't even know what I did, folks. It was good. If it was good for you, it was good for me. My internet over here is not working today, so I froze up.
That was great.
Great.
It must have been the sugar down, I guess. Yeah, it must have been the sugar downer, I guess. That's the sugar getting out of my body, I suppose.
That's funny.
I think Kimmel did it. I'm sorry. I just had an episode. I don't know what happened.
Now,
that was so funny.
What about your kids? You guys have, fully consuming sugar kids, or do they Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's very, very difficult. I just had this conversation with them just a little while ago because they were giving up for Lent. They were giving up junk food. Well, that really didn't last for very long. So I tried to substitute with less junky food. So rather than like regular chips, they have baked, which I'm fine with because they're very low in fat and they're not high in calories. I don't want to completely deprive them, but I substituted with fruit, which is sugar. So it's hard it's hard to avoid or limit them to nothing.
Amy, I'm gonna give you a plug here. Vitamin Shop has these protein chips. Now I know they're still chips, but they're really not that bad. I think once your kids, when I crave chips, I'll have a small bag of those. And I will tell you, I've gotten to the point now where I'm so acclimated to that, you won't notice a difference. Now, probably it's the same thing, I guess, if you went from, I don't know if you ever stopped drinking soda, but if you ever stop drinking soda and you go back, you're like, oh my God, I could put this in my gas tank.
Yeah.
But
Uh-oh.
Protein chip, never noticed the difference.
Okay, well, I'll have to try those from the Vitamin Shop. I know the ones you're talking about, Ken.
You know something? I'm just going to say one thing for my internet. Technically, this would be great if I could do this. If I could program this thing for sex, wouldn't it? All of a sudden you're stopping, and you're going so slow. I'm sorry, Duke. I just, never funny. Mind. Amy, I'm sorry. Did you say something there?
I don't remember what I said. I said, it was a good plug for the Vitamin Shop.
There you go. I know. That's the only place I get my chips. But if they try them, I'm telling you, after a while, you won't notice the difference.
Are they potato chips?
No. I don't know what they're made out of. And I know they're not the best things for you, but they're better than regular chips. But
they're probably soy.
Probably
right? Like a soy protein or whey protein.
And I'll give another plug. They have at Eat Clean Bro, they have this root beer that I just happened to pick up by accident. And it's plant-based. And it has a little bit of a taste away from regular root beer, but now I'm so used to it. I think that if you can just acclimate their taste buds, I think they'll be fine. I'm wondering when I'm going to freeze up again because I'm probably due it in about 30 seconds or so.
Is there sugar in that root beer?
I see it coming. No,
there's no sugar in it.
No, it's all plant-based. It's amazing. And like I said, if you put
sugar
it next to a regular
comes
root beer,
from a plant.
It's not. No. I'm saying the artificial sugar, all the sweeteners and the syrups that you should not be eating. I'm not saying eliminate natural sugar as well.
Okay.
Right. That's like fruit. You can't eliminate that. That's
Correct.
No, you can. You actually can. When I did that, it was actually a little over 4 years. I had no fruit.
I mean,
Ignore the man behind the internet curtain.
you can go, you can do like an Atkins or a keto type diet. Absolutely, you can. But it's really not like, it's not really healthy to eliminate.
That's not true. That's
every
not true.
single thing from your diet.
And if you have a plant-based diet with zero fruit, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's healthy. You can live a whole life with never eating fruit, and you'll be fine.
Well, of course you can, but I think that everything in moderation is the best angle to take for anything. Just everything in moderation.
Well, for me, I need to eliminate the sugar because I believe that'll take care of my dental issue. Now,
sure.
Now Amy's flashing us.
This is unreal, folks. I mean, it's like, I think we get better reception in Newark Airport than this. This is crazy. I've never seen it like this.
I know.
Amy, is this
crazy.
our sugar content? Is it because the internet's running on sugar?
It's watermelon sugar.
Well, what's craziest for me is that my phone was like pretty heavily charged and I just got a 10% warning on it. So
10%? You're down to 10%?
Yeah, all of a sudden I just got that warning on my phone.
Amy, do you know what danger, Will Robinson, danger? Do you know what that is?
I don't.
Okay. I don't know if you'd remember that. It was from a show, Lost in Space.
Gotcha.
They actually had a movie from that.
Lost in Space, yeah.
I didn't see the movie though.
Duke, what year is that? That's 70s, right? Or is that 60s?
Oh,
or both?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, that was a good show, Amy. If you ever saw it, I remember watching as a kid. It was kind of entertaining.
I just remember, you bumbling bucket of bolts.
Bumbling bucket of bolts. I got to remember that one. That should be a good pickup line.
There was a space, a robot, and there was a very quirky, effeminate man, and he would be like, he would get mad at the robot, and he would say, "You bumbling bucket of bolts." Wow, Amy's voice just like,
oh my gosh, this is unreal.
All right, and we want to point out that today's technical director is Ken. Did he freeze up? Ken, he's frozen. Your voice is like disappeared. Where'd it go, Amy? I can't hear. Well, at least you got the recording going. This is fun, folks. This is reality TV that's not intended to be reality TV.
I have to ask you guys because I don't.
Ken, welcome back.
Me. Yeah, is it me or is it both of you or is it Duracell or what? What's going on here?
I'm sure it's on your end because Amy and I can still communicate. Well, before her battery
what have you
dies.
guys been talking about?
Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
There's a train wreck. This is a live train wreck, folks. It's like I'm watching this thing. You haven't participating. I've been gone for 10 minutes. I'm like, what's going on here? I should have changed my shirt and come back and see if you noticed.
Well, we should call this the Upbeat Hang technical.
Well, now Amy sounds like she's talking.
This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Oh my God. Somebody put sugar into the interwebs right now. I'm telling you, that's what happened. Somebody soused the interwebs with sugar.
God.
I have tears in my eyes from laughing so hard.
I can't make out a word she's saying. Can you, Ken? Oh, when you get back, Ken, let me know if you can make out anything that Amy is saying.
Possible.
I hear him shouting something, but I can't say. Anyway, folks, We thank you for joining us on what's left of the Upbeat Hang for this episode. Oh, I see Kenny sideways. Holy crap. Anyway, we look forward to seeing what you people have to say in the comments. We'll catch you next time. Thank you for joining us.
It's kind of like throwing up, but I'm not throwing up. I really couldn't hear a damn word you guys heard.
I can't hear Ken. Can you hear Ken?
No, he's muted.
We see you. We know you're there, Ken. We love you.